Okay, the now we start with the ideas we discussed in the first para of the tutorial of the handout. Now we can summarize the facts given by that first para of the handout. It says that applied geography is use of geospatial information and research techniques to build perspective and knowledge. So without building a real and important perspectives and knowledge, we can't address the issues. Therefore, building knowledge is very important. Building perspective is very important. Therefore, what we learned from that first para of the handout was applied geography tried to use of geospatial information and research techniques to build perspective and knowledge. Second, when we address any issue, either social or the human or cultural or political, any other, it is very important. It is very important to understand. It is very important to understand, identify, understand, and solve. These three things. Very important. Identify, understand, and solve. Right? We need to identify, we need to understand, we need to solve human and environmental problems from local to global scales. From local to global scales. Right? That is very important. Third one, actually applied geography seeks to use the scientific method of academic geography. Scientific methods of academic geography. It is very important. So, applied geography seeks to include the scientific method of academic geography and implementation and evaluation of geospatial information to address problems of social relevance in non-academic settings. That is the third one we considered. Therefore, we can say actually altogether we can very simply generalize the applied geography is a problem solving approach. It helps us to solve the problems. Therefore, it is a problem solving approach. It is a problem solving approach. Right. That is the thing. So now I would like to ask you a question. By considering these facts, what are the main components? What are the main emphases of applied geography. If you define applied geography, what should be the key terms? What are the key terms we need to consider? What are the key areas we need to consider in applied geography? That is the question. That is the fundamental question. What are the key areas need to be considered in applied geography? Assume I ask this question from you in the exam. If you assume, so what would be the answer? What is your answer for that question? Please tell me. Please tell me. If you can't open your mouth, if you are unable to open your mouth, you can send even a word through chat. I just want to check whether you are alive, even though appeared as participants. No reply. So how I can teach you? No reply, no interaction. Yes, two persons sent. One said geospatial information. The second one say identify the problem, understand the problem and solve the problem. Just I ask again, what are the key terms or what are the key concerns we should consider in applied geography? It is very easy. It is very easy.
Geospatial information and
Yes,
problem as well as techniques.
yes, that's right. Correct. Very correct. Geospatial information, that is very important because it is here also we discussed. Therefore, the one of the key concerns in applied geography is geospatial information, handling information, yes, working with geospatial information. The second one is problems. We collect the information in about any phenomenon or features of any phenomenon or features of the Earth's surface. The problems are very important. Problems can be explained. Human problems, environmental problems, the problems of social relevance, something like that. The problems. Second one. The third one, actually knowledge. Knowledge and perspective given. Knowledge is okay. The knowledge we consider to improve our knowledge, to build knowledge through existing theories and techniques. Therefore, the other one is techniques. Techniques are very, very important. Techniques are very, very important. Why? Without techniques, we can't identify the problem. We can't understand the problem. We can't find the solutions. Therefore, we use different techniques. Mapping techniques, statistical techniques, field techniques, so on and so forth. Modern techniques like GIS, remote sensing. So, those are the things we should consider in applied geography. A.J. Herbertson in 1899 explained that applied geography is a special way of looking at geography. It is a special way of looking at geography. A special way of looking at geography. Limitation and a specialization of the study of it from one point of view. This is not the new approach. Applied geography, according to the Herbertson, applied geography is not a pure new one. It is also exist in the field of geography, in the context of geographic discipline. But the difference is it tries to look something at one point of view, different points of view. For example, businessman is an economic one. Medical man, climatic and demographic. Missionary and ethical, that is the examples. So when we summarize the idea given by A.J. Herbertson 1899 on applied geography is looking at a phenomenon or features on the Earth's surface from one point of view. From one point of view. Right. Again, we have another. Applied geography uses the principles and methods of pure geography, but it is different in that it analyzes and evaluates real-world action and planning and seeks to implement and manipulate environmental and spatial realities. First of all, if we need to find a better solution for or durable solution for any environment or human problem, we should understand the spatial and environmental reality. What is actually going on? What exactly exists? What are the actual reasons behind this issue? That is called environment and spatial realities. Some problems are not so difficult to solve as it looks like. Some problems are not simple as it looks like. Because every phenomenon or the feature on the Earth's surface bounded with environmental and spatial realities. Therefore, we need to use principles and methods of pure geography. Pure geography means academic geography, as we discussed. In academic geography, we learn different principles. We know what is Christaler's theory of central place. We know what is urban expansion. We know how we can apply diffusion theory to understand the spatial organization of economic activities. That is principles and methods. So applied geography uses the principles and methods of pure geography, but it is different. Why? In that it analyzes and evaluates real-world action and planning. That is one thing. Pure geography does not does not exist with analysis and evaluates real world action and planning. And that is not the role of pure geography to seek and implement and manipulate environmental and spatial problems. That is the difference between applied geography and the pure geography. In this process, it contributes to as well as utilizes general geography through the revelation of new relationships. That is the point. That is the point. Applied geography helps us to understand the new relationship, to reveal the new relationships. Even though we learn some relationships with traditional pure geography, sometimes when we go to the field, empirically we will understand some new relationships between different factors. What are the reasons behind the price of rice today? Price of rice different. It's depend on the factors, marketing factors. It may depends on the political factors. So and so many. Therefore, applied geographer every time try to contribute the knowledge to the world by using the principles and methods of pure geography and reveal new relationships. That is the idea of Fraser explained in 1982. Nice way to explain applied geography. That is another way. Dictionary of Human Geography once again explain the same thing we discussed at the beginning. Same thing we discussed at the beginning. Applied geography is the application of geographical knowledge and skills to the resolution of society's problems. You know, we are suffering a lot of problems, society's problem. What are the problems we today face? We have different human problems, we have different environmental problems. All those are society's problem. So nowadays we are talking about the quality of coconut oil. That is one of the society's problems in Sri Lanka. We're talking about the wild elephant attacks to the remote villages recently. Man-elephant conflict. That is also one of the social problems. We need to solve these problems. That is the main expectation of the public in a country. As intellectuals, as degree holders, these people will help us to find solutions for these burning issues. That is the expectation of the country. Therefore, as intellectuals, as geographers, every time we should provide our knowledge and perspective to solve the problems by using geographical knowledge and skills. Therefore, according to the Dictionary of Human Geography, applied geography is application of geographical knowledge and skills to the resolution of society's problem, both economic and social at world and local levels. We have different social problems. Some problems can be explained at local level. For example, the poverty can be explained from global level. When we discuss the poverty at global level, we can explain with regions, with areas suffering from the poverty. And what are the reasons behind this? What is the global market system behind this? What are the key roles of superpowers creating global poverty? And also we can discuss the poverty in soil region in Africa or South Asian countries. There is a regional aspect as well. The reasons behind the poverty at global level may be differ from the very local level. When we go to the Siabalandu region as the poorest area according to the statistics, there may be very, very different reasons behind the poverty or the calculation or the other important parameters dynamics. Lot of things may be. There are maybe different relationships than we know. So that is why this says applied geography is application of geographical knowledge and skills to the resolution of society's problem, both economic and social at world and local scales. Palm and Brazil, 1992, explained the similar idea on applied geography. I will not more explain. The applied research in any discipline is best understood in contrast with basic OPO research. We have applied part in our PO geography. That is called applied geography. Like that, in geography, basic research aims to develop new theory and methods that help explain the process through which the spatial organization of physical or human environments evolves. In contrast, applied research uses existing geographic theory or techniques to understand and solve specific empirical problems. That is the explanation of Palm and Russell, 1992. Academics Dictionary of Geography explain applied geography include the application of geographical methods of survey and analysis, including the use of maps and cardiograms towards the solution of both world and local problems, notably in developing areas and in the fields like town and country plan. Some fields now very important for applied geographers. Without their contribution, we can't plan exactly. However, this academic dictionary of geography highlights applied geography from the perspective of the importance of using geographic techniques. Encyclopedia of Human Geography explains like this. This is the explanation, definition we first discussed. This is we discussed one at the beginning, right? Therefore, no need to explain further. We explain. So in that sense, someone can ask if it is important, applied geography, if applied geography is very important subject, what applied geographers can do? There are some evidences to prove this. Applied geographers make important contributions in all the systematic branches of geography. You know what is systematic geography? Geography as a subject, as a discipline explained in dualism concept. Geography every time tries to understand the world's reality by using the dualism. Regional geography is systematic geography. You can study something from regional perspective or the systematic perspective. Likewise, qualitative or the quantitative, human or the physical. So, we have a very distinct part called systematic geography. In systematic geography, there are so many subjects. What are the systematic subjects in geography? Just I want to check whether you are live. What are the systematic subjects in geography? The systematic subjects means subjects related to geography in the frame of spatiality with a particular exploration, elaboration of a theme. We discussed different systematic subjects. We discussed. For example, if we want to investigate and explain and do research with urban expansion, urban processes, we can improve that through urban geography. Urban geography is a systematic branch. Rural geography, social, urban, political, agricultural, climatology, all are systematic branches of geography. Therefore, applied geographer can serve to improve these systematic geography. In that sense, applied geographer's role is important. And also, applied geographer is doing important applied work outside of traditional bastions of geography. Applied geographer is not limited in a traditional phase. That is one of the important emphases in this regard. Applied geographer is doing important applied work outside of traditional bastions. The bastions means the traditions, the way we use the methods. So out of traditional bastions, applied geographer can do a lot of things. And applied geographer is trying to bring a resolution to problems. Therefore, the role of applied geographer is very important to the society. Why? He or she always trying to bring a resolution to problems. Resolutions of the problem. So this is the make use of a variety of geographic tools. Don't forget, applied geographer is a person or the intellectual who practice the existing theories and knowledge of general geography and use modern techniques. When we come to the brief history of applied geography, we could see applied geography has a long and rich tradition as a subdiscipline or specialty area within particularly American human geography. Actually, the American geographers, particularly from the field of human geography, tried to apply geographic knowledge to solve the problems every time. Therefore, they have created a subdiscipline applied geography. Some of the earliest work can be traced back to the land surveys of American West during the middle 18,000, but actually further the knowledge and the application of applied geography goes to the past. However, when we consider the cycling period of pure geography and the applied geography, actually I was taken this was taken from an article. According to that, we can identify the cycle of pure and applied geography. During the history, sometimes applied geography was very prominent than the pure geography. But sometimes, in some period, pure geography arose. For example, we have a first period of applied geography from the beginning of geographical thought, late 19th century. In late 19th century, geography created as an academic discipline to serve the political, military and commercial needs of the Persian state. At that time, geography enabled to find the better locations, solve the problems. So that is the one period. After that, we could find again the intellectuals focuses through their works to improve, promote pure geography. That is early 20th century, based around the holistic philosophy, encompassing both physical and human phenomena and focused on the core concept of the region and regional synthesis. Then we could see application of geographic knowledge and techniques, particularly interwar period. Just after the First War, the geographic knowledge was at that time very important to rebuild the society. A period of war followed by depression and war again demanded geography demonstrate its usefulness in fields such as land use planning, so and so forth. Therefore, applied geography came to the front. Then, after that, again pure period started with the blessings of quantitative revolution and introducing different models, integrated models, so and so forth. Therefore, rejection of ideographic recognition and its replacement by spatial science and the quantitative revolution, demise of holistic approach and emergence of subfields within the disciplines. Then we could see again the applied period, mid-1980s, where the lot of socio-economic environmental problems arise and need to be addressed perfectly. In that sense, again, the applied geography was popularized, highly used. Extension of the concept of useful research into new areas of concerning related to social, economic, and environmental problems. Applied geographers working both in academic, in public, and private sectors. Applied geography as an approach rather than a subfield cross-cuts the artificial boundary between physical and human geography, emphasizing the dialectic relationship between pure and applied research. So that is very important. Acknowledgement of the role of human agency and values in research and environmental change, and the need for a pluralistic view of science. At that time, applied geography came into the field of different angle. To improve this situation, particularly, it was held that the Marxism and the revolution of models, integrated models, and statistical applications, and so forth. And now we are in third phase, third pure period. So, however, still the applied geography is alive. Than the past, geographers try to apply the concept even in electoral demarcations, election geography, tourism development, and so on and so forth. Therefore, that is very important. Very important, right? So those are the things we could identify. Finally, I would say we should consider the future of applied geography as well. The future of applied geography is promising and limited only by a lack of imagination as to how geospatial information can be used to better understand our world. Although some people would maintain that geography itself has become less relevant due to advances in telecommunications and computer technology, particularly in globalization context, recent world events would argue otherwise and reinforce the idea that a better understanding of geography is critical to our well-being as individuals and as a nation. For example, natural hazards such as hurricanes continue to demonstrate how vulnerable coastal areas are to flooding, the disruption of property, and the loss of life. Environmental hazard caused by misapplication of pesticides and the herbicides and the disposal of nuclear waste remain public health concerns, so and so forth. There is geography of terrorism and understanding its historical roots along with the temporal and spatial patterns of recent events is important in developing our homeland security policy. Although each of these topics is complex and multifaceted, an applied geography perspective is an important first step in determining how best to respond to these threats. For example, now we are facing very crucial geopolitical issues in the region. China, one side. The USA, another side. India also there. So when we decide, when we take very important national level decisions, that applied geopolitical knowledge would be very, very important. Yes. However, you can use different books as further readings. This is two books, Applied Geography. And Michael Passoin edited this book, Applied Geography, Principles and Practice. And also there are some other books, Studies in Applied Geography and Spatial Analysis, Papers in Applied Geography, and applied geography, a preliminary sketch with 10 maps. Applied geography principles and practice, Michael Passoin's new one. Those are the, and also that is very important to understand encyclopedic of human geography. So I would like to conclude the lesson. Please continue your tutorial class and understand the significance of applied geography.